To truly understand sleep, we need to correct a common misconception. Sleep is not controlled by a single system. Instead, sleep is regulated by two interacting biological systems, each with a different job. When they work together, sleep feels natural and restorative. When they fall out of alignment, sleep quality deteriorates, even if time in bed looks sufficient. Let's unpack these two systems carefully. The two systems at a glance. The first system is the circadian rhythm, sometimes called the timing system. The second system is sleep homeostasis, often called the pressure system. Pause here and note this distinction. One system answers the question, when should I sleep? The other answers, how much sleep do I need right now? Healthy sleep requires both. System 1, the circadian rhythm, timing system. Let's start with the circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm is a roughly 24-hour biological clock that regulates patterns of alertness and sleepiness across the day and night. It is not learned, it is not psychological, it is biological and hardwired. The suprachiasmatic nucleus. At the center of the circadian system is a small but powerful structure in the brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN. The SCN functions as the body's master clock. Its primary job is to synchronize internal biological processes with the external environment, especially the light-dark cycle. Light, as the primary signal light exposure, is the most powerful regulator of the circadian rhythm. When light enters the eyes, particularly blue spectrum light, signals are sent directly to the SCN. In response, melatonin secretion is suppressed, alertness increases. The body interprets this as daytime in darkness. Melatonin rises, cortisol falls. The body prepares for sleep. This is why late-night screen use is so disruptive. It tells the brain, biologically, that it is still daytime. Hormonal rhythms. The circadian rhythm also governs daily hormonal cycles. Two hormones are especially important here. Melatonin, which promotes sleep-onset cortisol, which promotes wakefulness and alertness. In a healthy rhythm, cortisol peaks in the morning. Melatonin peaks at night. When this rhythm is disrupted, sleep becomes mistimed even if exhaustion is present. System 2. Sleep homeostasis, pressure system. Now let's turn to the second system, sleep homeostasis. Sleep homeostasis is much simpler conceptually. It is a pressure system. The longer you stay awake, the more pressure builds to sleep. How sleep pressure builds. As wakefulness continues, metabolic byproducts accumulate. Neural fatigue increases. The brain signals a growing need for rest. This pressure does not care what time it is. It only cares how long you have been awake. How sleep pressure is released. Sleep pressure is released primarily during slow-wave sleep, or stage N3. This is why deep sleep is so physically restorative. During slow-wave sleep, neural activity synchronizes, metabolic waste is cleared, sleep pressure is reduced. If deep sleep is disrupted, pressure is not fully discharged, even if total sleep time is long. How the two systems work together, here is the key insight. You fall asleep most easily when sleep pressure is high. Circadian rhythm is signaling night. You wake most naturally when sleep pressure has been relieved. Circadian rhythm is signaling day. When these systems are aligned, sleep feels effortless. Misalignment, when systems conflict problems arise when these two systems fall out of sync. This is called circadian misalignment. Common causes include shift work, jet lag, late night screen exposure, irregular sleep schedules. In these cases, sleep pressure may be high, but the circadian system signals alertness, or circadian rhythm signals sleep, but sleep pressure is low. The result is poor sleep quality. Why? Time in bed is not enough. This explains a critical clinical reality. You can spend 8 hours in bed and still experience fragmented sleep, reduced deep sleep, impaired REM sleep, daytime fatigue. Sleep quality depends on biological alignment, not just duration. Clinical and practical implications. Circadian misalignment is associated with insomnia, mood disorders, cognitive impairment, metabolic dysfunction. It also explains why sleep interventions that focus only on bedtime often fail. Effective sleep improvement must address light exposure, timing, consistency, sleep pressure regulation. Let's consolidate the takeaway. Sleep is governed by two interacting systems. A timing system that tells you when to sleep, a pressure system that tells you how much sleep you need. When they work together, sleep is restorative. When they conflict, sleep becomes shallow, fragmented, and unrefreshing.